Okay, so Dreamr is an award-winning app development agency. We were started in 2014. So in September this year, we celebrate our third birthday, which is pretty exciting. We've got a really cool mix of people. We're all passionate about the same purpose, which is using technology to solve real-life problems. So we work with startups, entrepreneurs, and established businesses to create things like sensors that go into boxing gloves that can track a boxer's performance. So we just get really excited about technology. We started the company in 2014. It was started by two university students, myself and the other co-founder. And when you're growing from then till now, you still get challenges now. They're just of a different complexity. So initially, it's, we make 500 quid, you buy a desk, and then, you need more money than to buy a computer, and so that's the challenge you face, and then you need more clients, and it becomes a cycle. And that's still the case now. So now we work with bigger people, but equally, we have to spend time and money investing in the office and making the place look great. So it doesn't, I don't think it gets any easier. You just get more and more challenges. And in my role as the CEO is essentially building a great management team that can solve those problems quickly and easily. So the biggest challenge that we're facing at the moment is talent. It's really difficult in our industry to find great talent. And for us, it's even more difficult because traditionally what you would do in an agency model is you find the people that can do the work, you hire them, you get them in, they do the job. Great. We don't work that way. We find really passionate people and people who align with our values. And then we say, can you do the job? So naturally, the pool of people you can find and get is half straight away. So if there's 50 developers on the market in Manchester, about 10 or 20 of them are going to be a cultural fit for us. And so that's a big challenge we're facing at the moment. But it's better to hire somebody that's going to be there for relatively long time than someone who has all the skills, but you can't teach them values. You can't teach someone how to appreciate life and people, but you can teach somebody how to code. I think what I most enjoy about my role is working with great people. So our senior management team is made up of so many bright people that I have the pleasure to come in every day and work with, because whereas I spend my time strategizing and working with those people, they're the ones that do the work. So the day-to-day work that's required to run the company is what they do, and they do an amazing job at it. So what I enjoy the most is working with really talented people, and that goes from the senior management team to the guys and girls who do the code. So I just love coming to work and working with great people. So I think when I started out, I'm naturally an energy-hungry person. I love people's energy. I love surrounding myself with positive energy, but also I love learning. And for me, that's a big thing. So when we started Dreamr, it's all about learning as much as you can in the fields that you need to grow the business. So initially, if it's finance and accounting and management, then that's what I would do. So I would spend my time with people in that area and spend my time learning those things. So as the companies grew, so has that learning, and now we even have an amazing personal development plan in which every Wednesday the entire company gets time to learn a new skill, and that's company-wide, so everybody does it, and that's dedicated time every Wednesday, and people learn some amazing things. People have learned how to play instruments, and on a more practical level, the team learn new software and skills to enable them to do a better job. So all about learning. We love learning. So so I don't actually do the Wednesday time. Yeah. So mainly because so the people who come to work here, you come in at so we have flexible working, so you can come in anytime you want. But if you come in from 9 till 5, you're spending that time doing your job, right? Doing the actual work, and they get the time on a Wednesday to then learn new skills. For me, I spend all my time learning new things. So whether it's in the morning on the way to work, at home in the shower, whether it's at an event, I just spend my time wanting to know new things. So my Wednesday time is probably like an entire Wednesday over the whole week, but I'm hungry about learning new things. So myself and Jack started the company in 2014, and Jack studied business enterprise at university, and I initially studied web development, although I did a year of that course and then changed to business. So we both brought different minds. He's process driven and tick boxy, which is great. I'm genuinely more creative and strategic. So Jack would be doing day-to-day stuff, and I'll be thinking more about the future and how that can be executed. I guess it depends on what you're trying to achieve and what it is that you want to do, because if you're going to set out to start an agency, then you need shed loads of tools, ways of doing things that you won't just be able to find on your own. And two minds are better than one. That's normally what they say, and I think in this occasion for me, that's worked. But I guess it's different in every industry. But I guess just surrounding yourself with people that you want to work with is probably the most important part. And naturally, if you find that there is a fit with somebody that would start something with you, then that's great. But never try and do it alone. No, I don't. Because then you just get a big job. You get everything you need to do then, rather than half of the things you need to do. So life's not lovely and rosy. If somebody tells you it, they're probably lying. So we have this amazing space here that all the senior management team meet every week. And if you've never been in that meeting before, God, it will scare the life out of you. There's so many people in that room, 7 of them, who are so passionate about what they do. And we're all working towards the same goal, right? And everybody's aligned on what we want to achieve. But then you get some slightly different ways of doing it. And naturally, we're all on the same path. But what you find is with really passionate people, you get the tense moments, you get the heated discussions. And so, do I hate Jack? Definitely not. Could I kill him sometimes? Probably yes. So I think myself and Jack have always been quite aspirational in what we want to achieve, and it's quite difficult to do that without creating your own future. And two minds who think like that, naturally you'd want to start your own company that you can employ great people and then do great things, and you get that sense of freedom. I'm not too sure that for us we could do that if we worked for somebody or did something else. So I think we have the same mindset that we want to create our own future rather than live in somebody else's. But living somebody else's future is still okay. That's still good, because I have people here living my future. I guess, myself and Jack are I learn from him, he learns from me, and that's a great connection. But I think the biggest, the person I've learned from the most is myself. from going out and learning something you never knew to being a professional at it, and being willing to learn and absorb information from people, and even from researching. So I think the inspirational person is probably my mum, but in terms of the day-to-day about getting things done, it would be myself. So my mum always had this mentality that if you've got a roof over your head, you're probably doing okay. And by what she meant by that was, if as long as at the end of the night you can go home to a place that you're safe and dry, then everything's probably going to be okay. And so that's the mentality that I have, and that, you know, naturally the roof gets bigger the more hard time and work you put into the office or your personal life. But I think knowing that there's people out there with less than a roof over your head is what keeps me going. So I think loads of people think different ways, right? And that's natural. I think it's important to surround yourself with people that are thinking the same way and think on the same level. One of our guys, Sebastian, did a talk yesterday to a group of entrepreneurs, and it was all about getting rid of the people that don't think like you. Because what you would find, especially for us, is that my circle of friends have changed from when I started to now. And it's really sad that I don't get a chance to speak to those people now. But you have a different mindset and a different way of thinking. And what you can't do is have your way of thinking and you know that's the right way, and then have people who don't agree with it. Or not necessarily go out to not agree, but they just don't think like you. And so when you're saying that, you know, I'm going to work 12 hours tonight, and you've already worked 8 hours at work, but then you're going home and you're working even more, and they just don't get it, and they can't appreciate it or understand it, it's quite difficult to keep that up. I think surrounding yourself with great people that can support you and know what you're going through, so talking about that mindset, is really, really important, because they get to appreciate and understand the energy that you put into it. And, you know, there's days today that I get in and I'm tired as hell, and, you know, I just want to go to sleep. But there's something really important for me, and that is being able to do great things with technology. And that's my passion, that's my vision for the world, is using technology to do great things. And so that's what I do, and every day. And the great thing about technology is it's huge. It's applied to so many different disciplines now, and I get really excited about new technology and new ways of doing things. So I think every day is a brand new, fresh day that something new and exciting happens. If I was working in a role that didn't, I wouldn't be fulfilled, and I probably wouldn't doing it. But this is the reason why I love technology. My 3 top tips, the first one would be just fucking do it. And that's something that I live by now. I lived by it 3 years ago, and just fucking do it. And the whole point of that is, if you're thinking about it and you're not sure what to do, just do it. Go out there and buy a bloody domain name, or go out there and read the book you've been wanting to read. But most people stop at that point before you do it and spend the time thinking, and what happens is you just think too much and you never ever get around to it. So the first one is just fucking do it. The second tip is probably the people part, and that is get a great network of people that know how you think and what you want to achieve, because there's nothing worse about talking to a friend about this amazing idea or this amazing thing you want to do, and they just don't get it. And what you find is that you don't get that emotional support and energy from them to enable you to do it. Because when you go into the pub and you say to your friend, got this amazing idea, and they go, well, why don't you just stick at your job, and, you know, because that's safe money and you'll be all right, you know, your job will give you a safe income. And they just don't understand it, because he's got his job and he's happy too. And that person may never be aspirational. So the second one is people. Surround yourself by great people.
What was the last one?
Yes, I'm just trying to think of the last one. Okay, yeah. The third tip is probably have fun. So that is equally important here. We have an amazing environment that people can have fun, and it's really important that you work hard, have fun, and there's normally two dogs in the office. They're both not here today, but they're allowed to run around, chill, they sit on people's laps in meetings. We create an environment that people can have fun once you've worked hard, and that's really, really important, to keep that fun element and not take yourself too seriously. So I'm quite active on Twitter, LinkedIn. So what I would say is, if anybody wants to come and look around, see the environment, speak to some of the team, then tweet to me or go on LinkedIn. I'm always, always, always happy to speak to people, no matter what their life or journey is. I'm really open to working with great people.